numbers. We are familiar with numbers. We know that numbers are always starting from 0 to 9. So we can call this as an element of different sets. Element of different sets. What are the sets? Like natural numbers, whole number, prime number, integers. Okay, these are the different sets. So I will explain it to you. What are these? Natural numbers are those numbers which are starting from 1 only. 1, 2, 3. All positive numbers are included in it, and it will be starting from 1. Whole number. Whole number is the number in which 0 is included. 0 is included as well, but it will also be positive. No negative integer will be coming to this. After that, there is a number which is divided by only its own number or either in 1, like 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, not 9, 9 will not be considered, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and so on. Okay, these are the numbers which come either in the table of 1 or it comes in their own table. Like 2 comes either in 2 or in the table of 1. 3 comes in the table of 3 or the table of 1. It doesn't come in any other table except these two. Integers. Integers are those numbers which are positive and negative both. Okay, like the digits or the numbers starting from 0 to 9, they can come, but in the form of negative as well. Okay, before that we have discussed natural number, whole numbers, and prime number. Their 0 is like a negative part was not involved. Okay, but in integers 0 is involved. So integers are either positive or negative. 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, and so on. These are integers. Now we will be talking about rational numbers. So rational numbers, before O-levels, you have studied about their its definition as the number which can be put in the form of P over Q is called rational number. Okay, you have studied that. But in O-levels, you are going to discuss that a number which is terminating and recurring, which is having terminating and recurring decimal, is called rational number. Okay, so we will call it as a terminating and recurring decimal. Is called rational number. How can we represent it? We usually represent it with capital Q. Okay. And it can vary according to O-levels. So I'm not going to write their notation. Okay. We will see. All right. And now let's talk about what is meant by terminating and recurring decimal. These are the two things which we are going to focus on. Same way, it will be the two terms for the irrational number as well. And what is the definition of irrational number? A non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. Non-terminating and non-recurring. All right. So terminating decimal, and let's talk about these: terminating, non-terminating, recurring, non-recurring. What is meant by a terminating decimal? Terminating decimal means that if a number is going to end after some quantity, like after some time it is going to end, like 4 or 0.2 or 6, like 6.0 now. Well, like if there is a 6 or there's a 4, it means that we consider it as 4.0. We usually consider it. Same way, if there is only 6, then we consider it as it is 6.0. Same way, if a number is going to end after a while, then we call it as terminating decimal. And if a number is going to repeat according to a sequence, recurring, if a number is being repeated in a sequence, just like 0.22222 and so on, it is continuous. Okay, or if I say that 0.16161616, look, you can see that there is a pattern in it. Like 16 is going to repeat after a specific interval, like it is going to repeat sequence continuously. Okay, So we will also call this as recurring decimal, or if you say that 0.35555 so on, it's also continuous, then we will call this as recurring decimal as well. Okay. So these are the definitions or examples of recurring and terminating. Now let's talk about non-terminating. Non-terminating. Sorry, there's a spelling mistake. Terminating and non-recurring. Non-terminating means that if a number is not going to end and there is a not specific sequence, just like I'm having a decimal which says that 2.015938745. You can say that it's not non-terminating and there is a no specific sequence as well. Okay, same way. And non-recurring means that if a number is same way, just like the value of pi, 3.1421, okay, like the whole number which is going to come. Let me write the exact value for that. Just give me a moment. 3.1415 is 141592654. You can see that nothing is going to repeat in it. And it is non-terminating as well. It is not going to terminate. It is continuous, okay? We don't know where it will be, and we used to stop this according to our specific need. Like if I want if I want my answer up to 3 decimal places, then I will round it off up to 3 decimal places. Or if I want my answer up to 5 or 6 decimal places, then I will try to round it off up to 4 or 5 decimal places according to my need. Okay, but that one is a non-terminating and non-recurring decimal. Okay, so we call that if a rational number, like if a number is a non-terminating and non-recurring, then we call it as irrational number. Terminating like this and recurring, then we call it as rational number, like it is not going to end and it is also not repeating itself in a specific way, then we call this as irrational number, according to these two terms as well over here. Before that, let's discuss complex numbers and real number as well. So what are the complex numbers? Complex numbers are those numbers which can be put in the form of iota. A number which can be put in the form of iota is called complex number, or iota means that if we are having a negative sign in square root, then we call that iota term. That is a complex number, and we will be dealing this in A level. Okay, this is not our O levels course. This is for our A levels course. And real numbers. Real number is basically a bigger set. We used to denote it with this sign, okay? And real number is the set of all previous numbers, okay? Set of all previous sets. It is a bigger number, okay? It includes all complex number, irrational, rational, integers, and prime numbers, everything. It includes everything, okay? Look now. So how do we represent integers? We represent integers. Positive integers will be represented with positive z, and negative integers will be represented with negative z. Prime numbers are represented with capital P. Whole numbers are represented with capital W. And natural numbers are represented with capital N. Same way, rational and irrational numbers are represented with capital Q, and this will be Q prime. Okay, these are for the rational and irrational numbers. Okay, these symbols P, Z, and Q are, they can vary, but the thing is that a major concept does not vary. Okay, and complex numbers are left. Complex numbers are represented with capital C. Let's talk about the examples of recurring and non-recurring decimals now. Okay, how can we write recurring and non-recurring decimals? Look now, write a recurring decimal this as a fraction. There are few things. If there is a dot on it like that, if a dot is being represented on it like at the top head, so how to write this dot? This dot shows that 0.63 dot. I can write this as 0.636363. The dot shows that they both are repeating in a specific order like this, like 1616. If I will be writing this as, then I can write it as 0.16 dot and dot. And if over here I want to write in terms of dot, then I will write it as 0.2 and dot. Same way, if I want to write it, because the repeated number will be written as dot at the top. So if I want to write it as, so it will be 0.35 and dot at the head. It means that only 5 is repeating. Here 1 6 was repeating with the specific interval. So I have written dots on both 1 and 6 as well. Likewise, 0.2 2 was the only quantity which was repeating itself. So I have put dot on the 2 as well. It means that if I'm going to write a 0.63 dot as well, so it will be written like that. 636363. Okay. So now it says that write the recurring decimal as a fraction. So what am I going to do? I'm going to consider this quantity and put this equal to x. Okay. So now we are going to make two equations for that. First, let's multiply it with 10, like this whole equation. I'm going to consider this equation and I will multiply this equation with 10. It will be 10x equals to 0.636363 times 10, 6363, which is 10x. So what will I be doing? I will consider this equation and subtract it from the other equation. Okay. Let's say this is equation A and this is equation B. Now subtract A from B. It will be 10x minus x equals to 6.36363 minus 0.636363. So I will get 6.36363 minus 0.636363. I got 10 minus x, 10x minus 1x is 9x equals to 5.727267. Now I will make my x separate and it will be x equals to 5.7 over 9. I'm going to round it off up to 2 digits. 5.7, because after that, if I'm going to round it off, I need to see the second decimal place element, which I want to round off. So if that will be 5 or greater than 5, then I will add 1 in the previous term, but that is less than 5. So I'm not going to add anything. I will conclude my answer up to here. And it will be x equals to, let's remove the decimal from here, and I will place, instead of that decimal, I will place 1. And after decimal, number of digits are considered as number of zeros. So my decimal term will be considered as this one. 9 times 10 is 90. So that will be my answer. That is my answer. Let's solve this one. What does it say? It says that write the recurring decimal 0.44 as a fraction. Okay, there is a dot at the head of this 0.4 and they mentioned it over here like that. So what are we going to do? I told you before that first we are going to consider 0.4 dot is equal to, they have mentioned it over here as well, equals to 0.444 so on. Okay, it's a recurring decimal. So it's a rational number. We consider that this term is equal to x. So first I'm going to consider this equation as a it's a. Now let's multiply this equation. Multiply equation a with 10. So it will be 10x equals to 0.444 so on times 10, and it will be 4.44 so on. So I can write it as 10x. I'm considering this as my equation B. This is my equation B. Now subtract equation B. From equation B, we will subtract equation A. So first we will write 10x minus x is equal to 4.44 on minus 0.444 so on. So you can see that we will conclude this as 10x minus 1x is 9x equals to 4. 4.444 minus 0.44. It is 4 exactly. Because dot shows that it is continuous. Now let's separate x is going to be 4 by 9. So that is our decimal. Our fractional part, that is a fraction which we have converted. Let's move to next question. Okay, now it says that write the recurring decimal as a fraction. Give your answer in its simplest form. I'm going to do this directly now. 0.36 dot is equal to 0.366666 continuous. Dot is only on 6, so it means that 6 will be repeating over. Okay. Now I'm assuming this as considering this equals to x, and I will make this as my equation A. That is my equation A. Now simply multiply this equation with 10. Multiply equation A with 10. Or we can write it as 10 multiplied by equation A. So it will be 10x equals to 3.66666 continuous. Now let's subtract that. Or even we can multiply this with the 100 as well. Let's multiply the same equation with the 100 now. 100 times equation A. It will be 100x equals to 0.36666 times 100. And it will be 36.6666 continuous. 100x. I'm considering this equation as equation B and this equation as equation C. Equation B, and this is my equation C. Let's subtract these two equations. Subtract B from C. And our answer is going to be 100x minus 10x equals to 36.6666 continuous minus 3.6666 and so on. After subtracting, I will be getting my answer as 36.666. It is 33 exact, and 100 minus 10 is 90x. 90x is equal to 33. Let's separate x. It will be 33 by 90. That is our fraction. Look, I have told you alternative way to solve these kind of questions. Okay, let me show you. Before that, I have choose this method. Like I just multiplied with 10 and then I multiplied with 10. Okay, and then I let you to subtract it from original one. And then in the second way, alternate then with 100 and subtract them. In both ways, you can get exact answers. Okay, the both methods can give you exact answer. It's only your choice which method you want to adopt. Let's move to the next question. Write the recurring decimal as a fraction. Here the dot is on 2. So it will be 0.32222 so on. And I will consider this equals to x. Now this will be my equation 1. I'm going to write this as equation 1 or A. You can write, you can name it with any numbers, any letter. Okay, I'm going to name it with A. So I'm going to multiply 10 with equation A. So I will be getting 10x equals to 0.322 so on times 10. This will be 0.32. Now I'm going to multiply equation A with 100. 100 times equation A. So I will be getting 100x equals to 0.3222 times, sorry, so on. I need to put dots as well, times 100. And it will be 100x equals to 32 point, so on. Now this one is my equation A. This one is my equation, sorry, this is my equation B and this equation as equation A. So I will choose the different letter for that. This is my equation B and this is equation C. I will subtract B from C. Now subtract equation B from equation C. And I will get my answer as 100x minus 10x equals to 32.2, so on, minus 3.2, so on. Let's subtract it. 32 point. It is 29, and that will be 100 minus 10 is 90x. Don't need to be confused with the decimal part. These are up to, like, these are infinite numbers. Like this sign shows that these numbers are going to repeat. If you are like, if you are being confused that there's a number, there's a difference in the decimal places, like these are the 5 numbers after decimal places and there are 4 numbers after the decimal places, you can increase one more number over here, because these 3 dots shows that it is continuous process. Okay, so you can make the number equal so that you can have the whole number. If you are being confused with the decimal decimal point, so you can make you can use as many numbers as you want, like, or you can make the decimal places equal so that you can get a whole number, like I have done. Okay, now let's separate x. So it will be 29 over 90. That is my fraction which I have calculated. Let's solve this question. Here the number is, dot is on both 1 and x, as you can see. So I will write this as x is equal to, I'm going to do this directly now. I hope you have cleared your concepts now. So I will do this directly. So I'm going to write it as 0.181818, so, and I will name it as equation A. I'm just unboxing it so that you can have a good understanding of that. Otherwise, if you don't want to unbox it, you can skip. Let's multiply our equation A with 100. It will be 100x equals to 0.181818 times 100 and 8, so on. As you can see that this type of questions comes in P1, and P1 is that paper in which we have to use no calculator. Okay, we are not allowed to use calculator. That's why I will try to do the conversion or like the calculation in that way so that I can like solve this without the use of calculator. So if you will be able to look at my this like equation and this equation, like at this equation and this equation, so you can see that if you will be looking at this equation, same way, and at this equation, you can see that if I will subtract these two equations, so I can remove my decimal part. Decimal part is same as this one. So what will be I doing? Like I have used the different method for the previous equations. Like I have multiplied them with 10 as well to remove my decimal part. So here I am not going to multiply it with 10. I will directly subtract so that I can make my calculation as easy as possible. Okay. Otherwise, if you're comfortable, then you can multiply it with 10 as well, and then subtract those twos, like we have done in the previous questions. So it's totally your choice. Okay, he didn't mention a specific pattern, but you can do as you want. So I'm going to name it as equation B. This is my equation B. So let's subtract equation A from equation B. And it will be 100x minus 18, 18, 18, so on, minus 0.18, 18, 18, so on. Let's do the remaining part. Okay, 100 minus 1, it's going to be 99x. And it will be 18 minus this, and I will be getting exact 18. So let's separate x. It will be 18 over 99, and it's going to subtract with the table of 3. 3 6 are 8 by 3, 3 2s are 3 1s are 3 1s are. So my simplest form is 2 by 11, lowest term. That is my lowest term, which I can get. We need to see that if it is further this like the subtract table, then we have to make it as lowest as possible. In the previous questions, as you can see from here, it was not going to solve further. So we have to conclude it up to here. Okay. Orders. There are two types of orders which we will be discussing in OLevels. And these two are ascending order and descending. Ascending order means that starting from 0 to higher level. Okay, like you are going to upstairs in this way. You are starting from the lower level and you are increasing your level. That is ascending order. And descending order means downward. Like you are starting from the higher level and you are going to decrease your level till the lowest term. Okay, that is descending. So it means that in ascending order, you always start from 0 to 9. Just give for an example, okay? From 0 to 9, you will move from smallest to higher, and in descending order, you will be moving from higher to lower. Okay, let's take an example like you are moving from 9 to 0. Okay, that is just an example. So let's try some examples. It says that write the numbers in order of size with the smallest first. Smallest first, it means that this is an ascending order. Smallest first, this is an ascending order. If he write the ascending order, then you have to write smallest first, or if he says smallest first, then you can understood that this is an ascending order. Okay, these are the two terms which you can write it as, like which you can use. All right, okay, now which one can be the smallest term? Let's write the values first, that we can figure it out which one would be the smallest one. Okay, if we write the answer for that, square root 10, then the value of square root 10 is 3.162277766. And this is 3.12. Let's divide 22 divided by 7. 22 divided by 7 is going to be 3.142857. And let's write the value of pi. Value of pi is 3.141596. Look now, which one can be the smallest? This shows that 3.140. And let's compare their decimal places now. First whole number is 3, 3, 3, 3. These are the same. First decimal place 1, 1, 1, 1. That is also same. Now the second decimal place. This is 6. This is 4. This is 4. This is 4. It means that 6 is bigger. So none of them except this one is having 6. It means that that will be the largest. Okay, so I'm directly going to write it here. Now, let's see. 3140. Okay, the third decimal place. Third decimal place is 0, 2, and 1. It means that 0 is the smallest. So I will write it over here. 3.14. And now from these two, which one is the bigger and which one is smaller? Third decimal place is 2. and this is 1, which means that pi is the smallest. So I will write here, and this one is bigger, 22/7. So like this, we will be writing our values, answer. Okay, we will come to this question later. Let's solve this one first. It's of same type. As it says that smallest first. Smallest first, it means that this is an ascending order. Okay, ascending order. Sometimes he says that write in ascending order. So you should you should have an idea about ascending order. It always going to start from the smallest. Okay, so let's divide them. It is 20 divided by 41. It will be 0.4878048, and 80 divided by 161. That is 0.96894, and 44.93% means you have to divide it with 100. It will be 0.0493. All right, let's compare the values. First whole number is 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, and 0. Whole number is same. Let's move to first decimal place. First decimal number 4, 4, 4, and 4, and 0. It means that this number is smallest. Okay, so I will write this number over here, 4.93%. Now let's see which number is bigger in these three. Let's compare the first decimal place. First decimal place is 4, 4, and 4. Okay, let's talk about the second decimal place. This is 8, 9, and 9. It means that 20/41 is the second smallest, which is greater than 4.93, but smaller than the other two terms. All right. Okay, now let's compare from these two terms. You can see that second decimal place is the same as well. Now let's focus on the third decimal place. Third decimal place is 6, and over here it's 2. It means that 0.492 is the third number, which is greater than 20/41 but smaller than 80/160. So this is the way we have solved our question. Okay, same way he mentioned it over here as smallest first. It means that this is again ascending order. This is again as ascending order. So let's take the values for that. It is 0.16. And for this one, square root 0.09, it will be 0.3. And 0.4, 0.16. So which one is bigger? We need to figure out. All right, let's see the first decimal, first whole number. First whole number is 0, 0, 0, 0. All are having same. Let's see the first decimal place, 2, 2, 3, and 1. It means that 1 is the smallest, so 0.4 square is the smallest. After that, let's see from these three terms. Second decimal place, 0.2, 2, and 3. Okay, so 0.3 is the largest one, so I will write it over here, 0.09. We're always going to write our answer in the original terms. Okay, we are not going to use the terms which we have calculated. We will write our answer in the same form as it was mentioned in our question. All right, now we're left with these two terms. Let's see which one is bigger. So second decimal place is 1, and over here second decimal place is 2. It means that 0.6Q is the smaller and 0.22 is the larger. I hope you have cleared your concepts. Let's move to this now. Same way, it says that smallest first. Okay, when it says smallest first, it's again ascending order. Now let's find the value for that. It is 1.5 and divided by 3. It will be 0.75. You can use calculator to solve this question. Okay, this will come in P2. Divided by 3 and cap 1.5, 0.544. They both are having same values, and minus divided by 3 caps. Okay, to solve that, what are we gonna do? Look, this number can be written as like 2 by 3. We can write 2 by 3 as 2 times 1 by 3. Okay, and this 1 by 3 will become our cube. Okay, so I can write it as minus 2 by 3 square, and over it will be 1 by 3. So first I'm going to take their square. It will be minus minus plus, so 4 by 9. Then I will take their cube root, like 1 by 3. So cube root of 4 by 9, it's going to be 0.17, 0.17637. Let's compare the values now. It says that smallest first, okay? So first decimal, first whole number is 0 in every case, and first decimal place is 7551. So that one is the smallest one. I will be writing it over here, minus 2 by 3 and 2 by 3 as a power. Now, second decimal, let's see which one is bigger than this one. Okay, 7. First decimal place is 7, and over here, first decimal place is 5 and 5. Okay, it means that 1.5 is the biggest of these all terms. So I will be writing it over here, 1.5, 2 by 3. And these two numbers are same. So I will be writing it here gradually. Same way it will be written over here, 1.5. That's all. Let's come to this question now. Look, it says that for this question, x is greater than 1 and less than 2. Okay, write the following in orders of size, smallest first. Look, when it says that greater than 1 and less than 2, equality is not involved. Okay, it means that our answer will be 1.5. That is the only term which is greater than 1 and less than 2. Okay, there are more decimal places, but I will consider only one. Okay, like I will be considering only any of one term. Like I can start my set like according to this inequality. My answer can be starting from 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, continues till 1.9. Okay, this all like any of the value from this set is correct. Okay, so I'm considering just 1.5 as an example. Okay, so this is an ascending order. So what will be I doing? I'm going to divide it over here. I will consider 5 over 1.5. Same way, 5 times 1.5, 1.5 divided by 5, and I think nothing is present over here, so we can put plus over here. Okay, we are just assuming because no sign is mentioned over here. So it can be 1.5 plus 5. So let's see what will be our answer. 5 divided by 1.5, it is 3.33. 3.3333. And 1.5 times 5, it is 7.5. 1.5 divided by 5 is 0.3. That is 0.3. Let me write it with, okay, I will highlight it. And 5 plus 1.5 is 6.5. Let me highlight them. These are the answers. Okay, according to which we are just gonna figure out our value, like from the smallest first. All right, so which one is the smallest? 3.3, 7.5, 0.3. It means that x over 5 is the smallest. Same way, number bigger than that is 6.5 and 7.5. So x plus 5 is the second biggest number, and third biggest number will be 5 by x. Sorry, third biggest number is 5 times x. 5 times x, and the largest number is 5 by x. All right, we have solved. One of the question is left, which is related to orders. Let's solve these kind of questions now. These are also related to number theory. All right, so in number theory, we have to follow DMAS rule, arithmetics. We are going to solve arithmetic now. So whenever we will be solving arithmetic, we are just going to follow DMAS. Arithmetic. As with the name, you can see that only 4 operations will be working. Plus, minus, multiplication, and division. These 4 terms are going to use, and more things like bracket will be involved, as well power, like order or power will be involved. Power or order will be involved. Okay, order means power. These terms are going to involve. So how to use these terms? We have made a BORD mass rule, or mass or DMAS rule. DMAS rule. We have made rules to use these terms. Okay? Scientists or mathematicians have made these rules. Okay? This says that if you are having these all operations in one single equation, then you need to follow this rule. This shows that first you need to solve bracket, then you need to solve order or power, then division. This one is for multiplication. This is addition. And this one is subtraction. For this one, this is division. Like if you have no bracket, no order, then you can simply use DMAS rule, which is division, multiplication, addition, and this one is subtraction. These are the terms which we will be using in the questions of related to arithmetic. Okay, I will multiply here with 9. Whatever I'm going to multiply in the denominator, I have to multiply in the numerator as well. Same way, I will multiply to make the denominator same. I will multiply it with 2, and the thing which I'm going to multiply, I have to multiply in the numerator as well. Okay, because in mathematics we are not allowed to do anything by ourselves. If we are multiplying anything at the denominator, then we have to multiply the same thing in the numerator as well. Like I have multiplied 9 in the denominator, I have to multiply the 9 as well in the numerator. Okay, now we have made the equality same, and we did not disobey any law of mathematics. So let's simplify it now. So I will be writing it as, and now I'm going to write in one denominator, which will be 9, or I can zoom it in again so that things should be clear. Okay, look now. So this denominator or this fraction will be written. I'm going to write it in one denominator now. So it will be 9 times 1 plus 8. And this will be written in the same single denominator. And it will be 2 times 2 plus 1. Now I'm going to write, let's not write it over here. Let's write over here. It will be 9 plus 8 over 9 over 4 plus 1 4 plus 1 over 2. Okay. So that will be 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 over 9 over 5 over 2. There is one rule which we are going to use. Fraction over fraction is always inverted. Okay. What is meant by that? Look, this is a fraction. Okay. Fraction over fraction. Like from this fraction over fraction, always inverted. It means that this 2 will go up and multiply will be with the 17. Same way, fraction over fraction. Like this fraction over this fraction is inverted again, and this 9 will be multiplying with this 5. Okay, so my final answer will be written as 17 times 2 over 9 times 5. That is the rule of mathematics. Fraction over fraction is always inverted. Okay. So 17 times 2 is 34. 9 times 5 is 9 5s are 45. So you can see that he was asking for, is this statement correct? Because he has mentioned some value over here. So he says that the value which he has mentioned, is it correct with your answer? Yes, it is absolutely correct. My answer is same as he mentioned. So this answer is correct. Let's move to next question. All right. Let's see how to solve it. We need to show all the steps of our working. Okay. The first step is to solve, like remove their compound form. Okay. So to remove the compound form, what do we have to do? We are going to multiply these two terms. These two terms will be multiplied, and this 5 will be added up in the answer. Okay, same way. Multiply these two terms, whatever comes, add 7 in it. Okay, you will add that term in it. So let's do it. 9 ones are 9 plus 5. 9 and 5 is 14. 14 over 9. 14 over 9. Divided sign. 9 ones are 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 over 9. Okay. Now let's remove. Next part is to remove this division sign. If we are going to remove this division sign, we need to convert this into multiplication. We will reciprocate this term. Okay. They both shuffle. Like 16 will come in the denominator and 9 will come in the numerator. So this 9 will be cancelled with this 9. 2 7s are, 2 8s are, which is same as it is mentioned in the question. Okay, it is same as mentioned in the question. 8, yes, it is equal to 7 by 8. Okay, my answer is as well same. Okay, let's do this question. It says that use calculator. We are going to use our calculator to find the value of this. So simply that is an easy peasy question. Grab your calculator and figure out the value. Write this as it is. And it's gonna be and then we have to take square root, which is 7.5. Okay, after multiplication. So actually it is either of 2 marks. So you are not going to solve this in single step. Okay, what will you be doing? You will do this in few steps, at least 2 or 3 steps. First, you will be multiplying 45 with 5.75. Will be getting your answer as 258.75 over. Then you will be adding up 3.1 plus 1.5, which will be 4.6. Then you will be dividing them like 258.75 divided by 4.6, and you will be getting your answer as 56.25. Then you will be taking square root for that, and it will be 7.5. Okay, you have to mention few steps to get 2 marks. Let's come to this question. Okay, it says that Juan incorrectly wrote this term equals to, like he's talking about this whole term is equals to this. Show the button. It says that either he is saying correct or not. We need to figure it out. Okay. So first I'm going to write it. As you can say that it's 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. These all are different numbers. If a number is having nothing, like no denominator, it means that it is having zero, it is having 1 in the denominator. Okay. So I can write 1 over here. So first step is always to use LCM. Ladder method, use a ladder method to see what will be their common number or what will be their LCM. Okay. So I'm going to write it over here as 2, 3, and 4. So first I can see that it's going to be solved like that. Then 2 ones are, and then 3 ones are. Now let's multiply them. So 3 twos are 6, 6 twos are 12. I need to make their denominator as 12. Okay. So how can I make this 12? 4 times 3 will be 12. Then same, I will multiply this with 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So I will multiply the numerator with 4. 3 times 6 times 2 is 12. So same numerator will be multiplied with 12. 12 times 1 is 12. And same way numerator is multiplied with 12. I'm not able to see this correctly. So I will write it over here. Okay. Now my denominator is all same. So I will put this in one denominator. One denominator, which is 12. And let's add up the numerator. It is 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. Add them up. It's going to be 25. 10 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3, which is 25. So 25 over 12. They both are not going to divide in the same tables. Okay, so let's divide them separately to find the mixed fraction. Okay, because it says that write your answer in mixed fraction. So I'm going to write it like that. 12 twos are 24. So I will be left with 1. Now, how can I use mixed fraction? I will write this number first, 2 and 1 by 12. First, I will write this number over here, then the remainder over here, and this one as a denominator. That fraction is this one. And we can say that he was saying that Jivan incorrectly wrote it with this. Okay, so we have corrected it now. Okay? Our answer is 0.1. Let's move to next question. Find the value of x when this is equal to this. So how to solve it? Simply cross multiply. We are having one variable, which is x. Okay, to find out this variable, we need to cross multiply. This is of 1 marks as well. So we are going to solve it in the first step as well. 18x is equal to 27 times 24, or x is equal to 27 times 24 over 18, which is 36. So x is 36. Now let's simplify this one. Show that 2 by 3 divided by 1 and 1 by 6 is equal to 4 by 7. Let's solve this mixed fraction first. So it will be 2 by 3. Divisible sign, 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So 7 by 6. And now let's remove this. Let's convert this division sign into multiplication. So 2 by 3 times 6 by 7. Because whenever we will be converting division sign into multiplication, our fraction is going to invert. Okay. Numerator will become denominator and denominator will become numerator. Now let's simplify. 3 ones are, 3 twos are. So it will be equal to 2 times 2 over 7, which is 4 by 7. Let's solve this question. It is also of the same kind as we have solved before. So first thing is that we need to make their denominator same. So how to do that? I will be looking at, this is 5 and 3. They both are not coming in the same table. So we need to multiply crosswise. Okay. Like I have to multiply this with 3 to make the denominator same and multiply this with 5 to make the denominator same. Okay. So if I'm doing anything at the denominator, I have to do the same thing in the numerator as well. Okay. So I will be doing this like that. Now you can see that my denominator is same. So I can put this in one denominator, which is 15. And my numerator will become 3 times 3 plus 2 times 5. And over here, it's going to be 3 twos are 6. 6 over 5 threes are 15. So let me write it by summarizing it. 3 threes are 9 and 5 twos are 10. It is 19. 19 over 15 over 1 minute. Let's keep the equality sign same, because equality sign should be same for the main denominator. And here it will be 15 and 19 over 6 over 15. You can see that our denominator fraction over fraction, this is same as this one. So we can simply cancel it out here. Okay. If that would be different, then we have to choose different way to solve it. But now they are the same. A denominator is same for both fractions. So we can cancel it out. And I will left with 19 over 6. Let's solve it because we need to show answer in a mixed fraction. So how to solve it? Divide this with 6. 6 threes are 18. 1 is left. So how to write in the mixed fraction? 3 and 1 by 6. You can see this 3 is going to come 1 minute. Let me choose the smaller one. This 3 is going to come here and this will be here. In this way, we can write our mixed fraction. That is the way to write. Okay, find the value of this. It is of 2 marks as well. So let's quickly solve it. It will be also with the help of calculator. So let's do it. Take the cube root and find the value. 17.1 plus 1.89. It is 18.99 over 10.4 plus square root 8.36, which is 13.29. Now let's take the cube root. Cube root of 18.99 divided by 13.29. And it is 0.2007. Okay, so we can write it as 0.2 as well. That is our answer for that. Let's solve it now. It shows that show all of your working. So in order to show all of your working, first thing is that we are going to separate our numerator and denominator, like power in numerator and power in denominator. So I can separate my power in numerator and denominator. So it will be like this, 2 square over 5 square. Okay, then let's open it, the brackets, 1 over 100 plus 4 over 25. Now, next step is that we need to make the denominator same. Okay, they both can come in the same table. So I can make this, like we can use ladder method to figure out the value. So it is 100, 25, and it will be 5 20s are, 5 5s are, 1s are. So 5 5s are 25, 25 4s are 100. 25 times 4, it will be 100. It means that we need to make our denominator as 100. This is already 100. So I will make this 100, which is 25 times 4. So numerator will be the same as denominator I have made. Okay. So let's write it in one single denominator. 100, 1 plus 4 4s are 16. So which is 17 over 100. Let's divide it with calculator. So 17 divided by 100 is going to be 0.17. Which is same as we have it over here. Is same. And how is it same? We also have proved that. Next question is, it says that which of the following could be a value of P? Okay, this is also the question of order. No, not order. We need to figure out that what will be the value of that. Okay. In a way, it's a question of order as well. So let's see. Let's figure out the value. So 3 divided by 5. First, I will see the value of that. 3 divided by 5 is exact. Like this one is 0.6. And 2 divided by 3 is 0.6666. 0.666 and it's continuous. Now let me see values from here. 16 divided by 27 is 0.59. 0.59259. And this 60 is going to be 60 divided by 100 is 0.6. 0.8 is going to be 64, 0.64, 0.64. And there is a division sign over here, 4 by 9. So 2 by 3, 2 divided by 3 is 0.6666. 0.666 and continue. All right. Now there is a few things which we are going to assume. Look, we can see that we need to find the value of P which will be greater than 0.6 and less than 0.66666. It means that 0.6, I'm not going to put this term. Okay. All right. Now it says that, see, if I can look at this value is smaller than 0.6. And it says that P should be greater than 0.6. But this term is less than 0. Have the choice left is only 0.6 square. So my answer will be 0.8 whole square. That will be my answer. Let's move to next question. Let's see if we left with any question. All right, we left with few questions. Okay, without using your calculator, workout. Okay, and we have to write our answer in the mixed fraction. First of all, let's solve this mixed fraction. 6 times 1 is 6, then add 5 in it, because you know that we will be adding 5 in it. So it will be 6 plus 5 over 6 plus 9 by 10. It is 11 by 6 plus 9 by 10. Okay, we can see that 6 and 10, they both can come in the same table. So we are gonna use ladder method to figure out exact value of our LCM. 6, 10, 2 3s are, 2 5s are, 3 1s are, and 5, then 5 1s are. So 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are 30. It means that I need to make my denominator as 30. How can I make 30 over here? 6 times 5 is 30. So I will be writing 5 in the numerator. 3 will be written as well, because I have to multiply with the same number in the numerator as well. Now my denominator is same, which is 30. So 11 times 5 is 55 plus 9 times 3 is 27. Let's add them up. So it will be 55 plus 27, which is 82. 82 over 30. Let's see that if we can divide it with the table of 2. Yes, we can divide it with the table of 2. I'm just going to divide it. So 2 4s are, 2 1s are. And this will be, I think this color is not so visible. I will be choosing this one. This is not thick. Let's try with the red only. Okay, so 2 4s are, 2 1s are, 2 1s are, and 15. Let's divide them now, because they both are not divisible in the same number now. I will keep 41 inside and 15 outside. 15 2s are 30 and 15 3s are 45. So 45 is the bigger number, so I will choose 15 2s are 30. And it left with 11. Now I can write my mixed fraction as 2 and 11 by 15. Whenever a number comes smaller than this number, then we have to leave our mixed fraction. Okay, we have to leave our this division, and we are allowed to write our number as mixed fraction, because mixed fraction means that we need to avoid decimal. Okay, if this number comes smaller than this one, then it means that at this stage or at this point, I need to put a point over here and make it bigger than this number, so that I can make a divider. Okay. So that is my mixed fraction. Next question is, we need to use calculator to figure out this value. So let's do it. 8.1 square. 8.1 whole square is 65.61 plus 6.2 whole square is 38.44 minus 4.3 square is 18.49 over, multiply them all, 2 times 8.1 times 6.2, 100.44. Let's add them first. We will add them, then we will subtract. 65.61 plus 38.44 minus 18.49 and divide it with 100.44. Our answer is 0.8518. That is our answer. Let's solve this question. Always first step is to solve mixed fraction. Let's solve this mixed fraction first. We are going to solve this mixed fraction. 2 times 1 and then 1 will be added. So it will become as 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4. Now what are we going to do? We are going to take LCM by using ladder method. 2, 3, 4, and we are going to see that which will be the common number for that. 1s are 3, 2 2s are 2, 1s are, then 3, 1s are. So let's multiply the 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12. It means that we need to make denominator as 6. Okay. So 2 times 6 is going to be 12. 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12. Okay. And here 3 times 4 is 12. Let me make some space for that. Just give me a moment because I was lacking my space. 3 by 2 times 6 times 6 plus. Let's make the denominator same. Times 6 times 6 times 3 times 3 times 4 times 4. Now let's write them in single denominator. 6 3s are 18 plus 3 plus 4. So it is 18 plus 3 plus 4 is 25. This is equal to 25 by 12. Okay, now let's compare this with the right side, which is P by 12. So it means that by comparing these two equations, my P is 25. The value of P is 25. Is the value of P. For this question, same way, let's solve it. Solve the mixed fraction first. 9 ones are 9 plus 7. It is 7 by 27 plus 9 ones are 9 and 7 is going to be 16 over 9. So here we need to make the denominator same. It is 27. So it is the multiple of 9. 27 is the multiple of 9 as well. So I can make this 27 as well. 9 3s are 27 times 3 in the numerator as well. Put them in the single denominator. So 7 plus 6 3s are 16 3s are 48. And it is 48 as well. So let's add the value. 55 over 27. It says that write your answer in the mixed fraction. Show that our answer matches with their answer. Okay, let's divide 55 and 27. Let's see that what can we get by multiplying 27 with 2. 27 times 2 is 54. 27 2s are 54. So 1 is left. Okay, now the smaller number than this one is left. So my mixed fraction is going to be 2 and 1 by 27, which is same. Our mixed fraction and their answer is same.